Welcome to Conversations in Between the Realms, a podcast where the mystical meets the everyday. Join Amanda Nova and Beth Renoff each week as we dive into the profound journey of awakening, sharing our experiences, insights, and the lessons that guide us toward our divine purpose. Together, we awaken and guide our souls and others, exploring the magic of living in the 3D while staying connected to the higher realms, embracing the challenges, and celebrating the growth. You've been guided here for a reason. Trust in the journey and let the unfolding begin.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Conversations in Between the Realms. And when we say welcome back, we really mean welcome back because we have been missing for a little while, but we're happy to be back. We took a little hiatus for our mental and physical health, but I'm here with the lovely Beth Renoff. So how are you doing today, Beth?
I put out a post about it today.
Oh, you did? What did you say? I haven't been on social yet.
I just came up with like every single client I had, and just like you could like feel it in the air, and it's certainly happening with me, but like irritability. It's just like, ooh, it's like here, and it has like a purpose, but it is not comfy to sit with. It's definitely not comfy to be the target of. But I think what we're going to talk about today is like, it's just like also about patience. I didn't put this in the post, but like, I think people are just like waiting on things, and it's just like, we want to bulldoze and there's just no bypassing. And it's just like, we got to hunker down and like learn to have some patience.
Yeah. Well, it's like about surrendering, and we're all trying to really push through and trying to control because we feel like right now we're in a world that's so out of control. And like when you say irritability, like I think of too of just like that frustration, right? Like that building frustration. I mean, like this is like really laughable. And just to give an insight into my life, like my 2.5-year-old, like Aria told me she was frustrated the other day. So I don't know what I'm giving out, but she told me, Daddy frustrated me the other day. She's like, I was frustrated with Daddy. And I'm like, how do you like know that word and like use it properly? Because he was being frustrated.
She used it like grammatically correct.
Oh yeah, she was 1000% right. And I was like, yeah, that's super true. Like she was like mad at him about something. And I just think that's the vibe. It's like people are really frustrated. They want to move forward and they're feeling really like stuck, and that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, like we both have been through, I don't know what happened. I don't even know the week we stopped doing it, but like you got really sick. I think I was supposed to be away. Then we didn't even wind up going away, but I like definitely needed like a week off from everything. I mean, but you got sick, then you got those styes. Your eye looks fine.
No, it still kind of has some issues. It looked good this morning because I like fixed my makeup, but then I didn't. But yeah, I had 7 styes in one eye and then 2 in the other. I have not been able, it's just been nonstop. And I feel like it's probably only been like 2 weeks that we actually skipped. Like, I don't think we actually skipped as many as we think. Yeah, I think it's only been
like
2 or 3. I know, but we haven't actually, I think it's only been like 2 or 3 episodes that we skipped. But I really felt like for the past 2 weeks, and like, I don't know if anybody else is feeling this, but like last week, like I could not do anything. Like I was like sitting here at my desk and like reading my book. Like I was like, I just want to lie on the ground. And like also like when I get like that, like I don't even like want to talk to people. Like I won't reach out to people. Like I won't text you. I won't call you. I will not voice note you. Like I just cannot function in that energy. And it's also like very much the energy of my cycle. It's like go through that cycle with my own hormonal cycle. Like when I'm ovulating, I have like the most energy and I'm like, I feel great. Like, I can work. And then, and then otherwise I'm like just not wanting to do anything.
Oh my God, I felt like a truck ran over me last week. I was just like so dead and tired, and I just couldn't I just like felt like I keep feeling like I'm running in sand. Like, and it's just so hard to like get through. I'm like trudging through everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I needed to feel easy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where I'm bulldozing. I want to know what the next thing is. I want to just bypass this. I want to get through it. Like, I know you had said you're gonna have new gifts coming in because I did a session with Amanda.
Oh,
And
yeah. I forgot
okay,
that we did a session.
we've done a session. You did a session on Lauren. Okay,
Yes.
you have to go to Amanda. My wife had a session with her, and she just dropped a habit that she
You
has
still dro
struggled with.
it still dropped?
Still dropped.
Wow. Wow.
She's like, I don't understand what she did, but like, she's like, I just had this fear that it was me so hard to do. And she's like, I have zero problem doing it. She's like, it's
Yeah.
so beyond weird. Like, my wife was an athlete. She was a D1 athlete. Like, she has like dedication and commitment up the ass. And it's just like, I feel like this boulder has been on her for so
Yeah.
long. And
Yeah.
you just like lifted it. And I
Yeah.
feel like you did with me in a way too, but I'm just like in a different place. I feel like she's like zooming forward and I'm like, I'm back
Way
here. I'm
back.
catching up with you. you know?
Trying to, like, breathe. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
but
That's so funny. I totally forgot about that. And I was thinking a lot, like I was telling you, I had someone this morning and they were saying to me like that they were like, I'm looking for the thing, I'm trying to figure out the thing, and I was working
yeah,
on this one thing and I thought that was it and I was focusing on that, but now that I've done it, it's like lost its spark and now it's like,
right.
am I finding another thing? And it just got me thinking about all these years, and you did this as well, of like the searching and the trying to find and the
hmm
trying different things on and like
hmm
the certifications and the trying. And I went through the worst of it when I was pregnant because you're kind of you feel absolutely zapped of all of your creative energy because you're literally creating a life, so it's like all
Right.
going there. You feel unproductive, and like you kept saying to me like, well, it's going to come after, it's going to come after, like you just have to be, just this is all you need to do. And
Right.
that's what I said to my client, like I was like, you're supposed to explore, you're supposed to have fun,
Yeah.
you're supposed to let things come in, and we leave no room for that when we like try to use our heads to like push through.
I remember you with the yin yoga. I think that is when you like kind of got into Kundalini though.
Mhm.
Like you found
Yeah.
it, but I don't think you understood how you were going to incorporate that
Mhm.
into what I was like, there's no way you're going to be able to understand like what it is that you do because it doesn't exist and you're not going to understand until you have your baby. Like I just like
Yeah.
knew that. And you're like,
Yeah.
but you're like, I'm doing the yin yoga, I'm doing this. I'm like,
I
you gotta
know.
stop. Like you were
Yeah,
just like nonstop, and I'm like,
I
no,
know.
just please, please stop doing that.
I know. I know. Well, it was like really hard for me too because like I felt like I would go online and people would be posting things like new programs and I just felt so unproductive and it was
hmm
so frustrating because I felt like I there were some days that I just couldn't get out of bed because I was so exhausted and I didn't
hmm
have like a high risk or a bad pregnancy like what people would consider, but I didn't feel good most of the time. I didn't want to be on camera, I didn't want to talk to
Yeah.
people, like I just like I didn't feel like doing any of that stuff. And I did start channeling more during that time because I do feel like you're kind of like in this portal, like where things
Yeah.
are just open, the veil is thinner, you're bringing through like a spirit in that way. And I just remember like scribbling Kundalini like a bunch of times, like snakes and Kundalini and
hmm
Kundalini. And to your point, I thought it meant Kundalini yoga because I didn't know that
Right.
anything else existed. Like I didn't know like what I do now, which is beyond Kundalini. It's like now it's taken so much of a different shape in the last two and a half
yeah.
years. Like it's totally
Yes.
different than what it was. But like
Yeah.
I didn't know that even like where it started with Kundalini activation like even existed, you
hmm
know?
Yeah.
But and I had to take those steps and I had to explore. But I mean, like, I was literally trying to like get a certification in Kundalini yoga while I was like 5 months pregnant, like a mental person. Never finished it, by the way.
You're like, I'm really into
LOL.
this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was like doing it. I did finish my yin one, but I've never used it, not one day in my life. And like one of
no.
my friends owns a yoga studio, and like I'll tell her, like sometimes I'll be like, I just like I have a yin certification. She's like, oh, do you? Like I'm like, yeah, I don't use it though. I don't
Maybe it'll
remember
come in
anything.
like later on, but like
Yeah,
it was definitely not useful for right now. And maybe it was useful because you needed to keep busy. And I think,
Yeah.
was that also when you were really transitioning from like to working for yourself?
It was like right after. Like I had just started my business and my business had really taken off. And this was like a lot of like
Mm-hmm.
my issue was like I had just left my job in around March, and then in
Mm-hmm.
July I started making like steady income, and then by like the fall, like my brand was taking off and like everything was taking off, and then I got pregnant. I felt like I hit a wall and then
Mm-hmm.
everything changed. And I
Yeah.
was like, and I literally watched for like a year, like watched that business like deteriorate. Like, and just because I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't hold it for what it was, like it just was not sustainable
Mm-hmm.
with a newborn being like, and I just realized like this isn't it. But like, I needed all of that to happen, but I was so frustrated because I was like so productive and I was like doing things like constantly. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, everything's working. This is great. This is awesome. Like, and then it was like nothing is working. This is not
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, and it's about the surrender. Like I think the creative curiosity and the exploration is so interesting because I think like, putting the puzzle pieces together that we talk about all the time, you know, that gives you something to focus on, something to get excited about, something to get
Mm-hmm.
into, but it doesn't have to feel like putting so much pressure on it. Like this is the thing that's going to change
Yeah.
my life, you know?
Yeah. Totally. Like I've started to have like creative things come in. Like I have not been sleeping, so my mind's been I haven't had this in so long, and like I will sleep for like an hour or two and then I'm just up. And
Hmm.
all these ideas flood in. And when I used to do comedy, like that is when I would write. I wrote
Yeah.
scripts and stuff. And that was when I was like most creative. And it's almost like I've put myself into a coma just to
Yeah.
like sleep for the past few
Yeah.
years. But like I'm almost seeing like the benefit of me being up is like you need to like kind of get back into that. Not that I'm going to abandon what I'm doing now, but it's like I need that like writing creativity too.
Hmm.
And like I came up with such a good idea. Like I had this idea for a movie, and now it like the like plot is coming together, like how I want it to
Hmm.
be is coming together, and I'm like, oh my god. And I think you said to me like a few months ago, you're gonna like write and like do that kind
Yeah.
of stuff again,
Yeah.
and it just like again, I couldn't have sat down then and done it. Like it
Yeah.
needed to come in this way, and I'm happy I didn't bulldoze it. I think I tried to at first. I'm like, nothing's coming up. It's just the kind of thing I can't force. And I was listening to Bill Maher, his podcast, and he had on Jerry Seinfeld, and they were talking about their process, or maybe he was talking about Jerry. And he's like, I'm the type of person that I have an idea and that's when I write. I'm not going to sit down and write every day. And like
Right.
Jerry
Right.
Seinfeld was like that kind of comedian. So
Right.
it was like just like maybe for some people, like doing the
Hmm.
traditional thing and like having a routine is good. But for a lot of people, it's just sitting and waiting till you have that spark of
Hmm.
inspiration.
Yeah. No, it's so true. And I think we put so much pressure on ourselves. And I think, listen, this is part of the world and the organization. Like you have to work
Hmm.
from 9 to 5. You need to be
Right.
productive from 9 to 5. You need to be creative. And I mean, for me too, like being in a creative field, like, would really struggle with like, I have to be creative every single day.
Right.
And that's not how creativity works. And
Yeah.
what you were saying like reminds me too of like, different people have bursts of creativity at different times. And like you
Hmm.
are supposed to lean into that of like if you're waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock or whatever, not sleeping, and things are coming to you, you kind of lean into that a little bit, right? And just
Hmm.
like, see what happens. And I think that it happens also with our spirituality
Yeah.
of, there's sometimes where we're feeling really committed, where we're
Yeah.
like on our stuff and we're like feeling like in it, in it, in it. And then there's
Hmm.
other times where we're not. And like recently for me, it's been a real big journey of surrender because I haven't really been practicing all that much, but I've really been letting it go. Like I really have been like, okay, like I have moments where I'm like, I wish I was more connected,
Hmm.
but then I still am working on people and it's still working and it's fine. And I connect in the moment when I need to.
Right.
But like I would just rather be reading my smutty books right now. Just want to read
Yeah.
my
You're really
spice.
in your smutty book era.
I have read 80 books probably in the last like 6 months. I am
Well,
in my
good for
smut
you.
era. I did. Yeah, I
You
have a
know,
book talk now. I'm really into it.
oh, that's good. Listen, hobbies are good. I'm not going to argue that. And we all need them. And I think like I was feeling like disconnected spiritually too for a while, but recently it's come in a different way. It's not forced at all. It feels really good. It feels like
Yeah.
that's what I should be doing. Like I have naturally been like every morning going outside. Like I have a very strict routine in the morning now that's come very organically. It's not me telling
Mhm.
myself to do it. Like now I've been oil pulling in the morning.
Mhm.
And I'll like move my body, which my dietitian for like a year has been like, you need to move your body in the morning and get sunlight. And so like I do that for like 6 minutes and then I go outside and meditate and in the
Mhm.
sun. And it's just really to like ground me and it just feels really good. But that is my
Yeah.
way of connecting. It's my way of starting my day really well. And I could not have done it if I forced myself to. It just
Right.
had to like bring me to. And now I'm really like leaning on support, like with my guardian angels or like spirit
Mhm.
guides. I'm like, guys, come in and help me, give me a
Yeah.
sign, because
Yeah.
I feel so impatient with certain things in my life that it's just naturally felt that way. Like, oh, and just getting into a new season of life. I literally feel like a chapter ended. There was nothing specific. I just feel different. Like the energy shift
Mhm.
after that eclipse season, something
Yeah.
shifted in me
Yeah. Yeah. I
and
think for a lot of
it's just
people.
new. Yeah. And so it just like came naturally and organically. And I think that in itself is spiritual,
Yeah.
So I don't think the forcing helps. I think you just have to naturally let it unfold.
Yeah. I totally, totally agree. And I think also your connection shifts. Like I
Yeah.
feel very content and grounded right now, and I pull on it when I need it. Like if I'm
Yeah.
feeling really anxious or I'm like, I was having a really bad week a couple of weeks ago and like I had this moment where I like called in my higher self and I have never in my entire life calmed down so fast. Like I felt like
Mm,
an actual shift of like, okay, and I
I
was like,
love
I
that.
can do this. Like I'm a bad bitch. Like I literally had this like moment and
Hmm.
like I feel right now that like when I want to tune in or I need to tune in, I can really quickly. Like I'm not
Yeah.
searching for that connection. And I
Right.
also feel like it is like a new season of my spirituality. Like I don't need to connect every night anymore. Like I was doing it
Yeah.
every night and I don't need to. There are times like I actually attended over the weekend, I attended like my first like Kundalini class in such a while, like to get a tune up on my own. And that felt so good. But like, I don't need to work on myself every single day anymore. Like, there's time for work and there's time for just like being in flow.
Hmm. Yeah.
Did that
Definitely.
hurt your head?
You hurt my head with that. No, I've been getting like migraines the past week.
No.
So those have been really fun too.
Oh my God.
This full
Well,
moon is really
yeah.
killing me.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow. I keep forgetting. So yeah, we have a full moon coming up and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's all about the ebbs and flows and, surrendering and not trying to push through. Like, one other thing I wanted to say is like, when we push so much with our head and like you just kind of reminded me of this, like you almost like overtax your third eye. Like you really, really overtax it. And I was just saying to somebody like messages like when I tune in, I bring energy and messages and my guides and everything through the crown. That's what I
Mhm.
imagine, right? Like in my head, I'm like, that's how I open. So I'm like opening the space in my crown and letting it come through. A lot of times when people are trying to force channeling and they're trying to force messages,
Mhm.
they kind of overtax their third eye because they think that that's where it needs to be. So they're trying to see stuff, they're trying to get stuff.
Right.
And it like almost then kind of like spirals a little bit out of control. And then there becomes this like dissonance between the crown and the third eye. And that's when people tend to get confused because they're
Yeah.
like, well, I want to be doing this or I want to be doing this. And things are coming in waves. And like it kind of,
Mhm.
I think for you, there was like, wasn't it like a tsunami in your crown? Was that you that had
Yeah,
this?
something like that.
There was like
Yeah.
a storm or hurricane or something.
Yes, yeah.
And that's how I don't know why I see the crown always as weather. It's always weather.
It's
Like
like
it's so
Encanto with
weird.
the Julie
Yeah.
Andrews.
Yeah. It's always weather. Like it used to be like fog and clouds, and now I see storms all the time. It's like the weirdest thing.
They like evolving. But that's
Yeah.
all, like I think that's also you feeling into it, and then you can see, you
Yeah.
know? Um, and actually that has been so much clearer lately is
Mhm.
my sight. Like I am able to see like my future self and everything. Like
Mhm.
I had such a block on that for so long. And again, just like something shifted. I don't know exactly what it was, but now everything is like coming in, and I feel like the eclipse, I feel like we had a really long eclipse season this year,
Yeah, we
right?
did. It was
Yeah.
really bad. And also, like, don't forget, we just came out in January. This is only the end of March. Like, we just came out
Of a really
of
crazy year.
the shedding year. It
Yeah.
really only ended like in the middle or end of January, right? So, like, this is only really the beginning of shifting out of the releasing, the clearing, the shedding into
Hmm.
this new energy. And I think I had said this, like I don't remember if it was last full moon or which one. Maybe it was last one, but I was saying like the one where we switched into the fire horse. I was saying like everything's going to move a lot faster. Like there's going to be a major energy shift when that happens. And for some people, that's causing anxiety and restlessness. Like if you're not
Hmm.
grounded, like it's causing too much and like over, like a too much issue. And for some people, it's too overwhelming and they freeze, right? Like if your nervous system isn't regulated,
Hmm. Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's too much. So I do feel like there's a really large shift. I feel like, you know, yeah, I mean, I think it's again like just, yeah, tuning into yourself and just allowing yourself to just be where you are and like being okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. Definitely. And I think people are not okay. It's like we're always looking ahead, which is anxiety, you know? It's like
Hmm.
trying to be in the future too much. And when I say I'm like picturing my future, it's just I'm able to picture the things I want. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't even like see that, but I'm not trying to get there and push myself there,
Right,
you know?
right. But you can manifest. Like I
Right.
go through periods of time where I can't
Yeah.
manifest and like
Yes.
and sometimes those are good times. Like sometimes I feel like it's like I'm in a good place, like and then other times it's like frustrating. Like it does become
Mhm.
frustrating. Like if right now if I had to do a new moon ritual, like I don't really know what I'm asking for. Like I'm kind of in a place like that right now,
Yeah.
like where I'm like I'm just in the present moment and that's fine. But like
Mhm.
if I had to do like I really love like those quantum leap meditations where you're like imagining like the future
Yeah.
because I feel like that's how you pull things in, but I don't have anything coming up right now. So I'm just trying to like exist.
Yeah. I think you also like we were talking about like you had the seizure like almost a year ago,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Or just a year ago, right? Like this past weekend?
Well, yeah, it was just a year ago. Also, this is really funny. I don't know if we spoke about this, but I looked back and I might have told you this already. I looked back and the last time I had like a major eye infection, sty, was 2 years ago
March.
in
Right.
March. So
Yeah.
what's up with March? Like, is
I,
March just a bad month for me?
I think
Like,
it's just like
why?
a portal for you, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
I
think it's
lost my
coincidence.
job in March.
Right. It's just significant for you. And it's like when you started like stepping into like who you are, it's just like the shifts happen then, you know?
Yeah,
But I don't think it's coincidence that every March something's coming up.
right.
And last year really was this initiation. So, I think
Yeah,
for
it was a
you,
big initiation like last
yeah,
March, but every March it's something which I'm now putting together, like of like when I lost my job and went into my bit, like all of these things have happened in March. Like that's so weird.
so the March, like where you had this other styes, did something come in for you? Was that
I
Ari?
I don't
Did
remember. It was right after I had Aria because it was like 2 years ago.
Okay,
So it
so I
must have
think
been
that
like right after I had her.
right. So I think that is when stuff started to come in for you. But last
Hmm.
year you had the seizure and then you started channeling Jashun, which
Hmm.
you know, maybe
Yeah.
he came in for a purpose,
Yeah,
Um,
he's still here. He's still hanging around. People keep asking me like where he is. I'm like, he's still here. Like he comes in all the time when I'm doing
right,
collective messages. I'm just not doing the YouTube and stuff anymore because
right,
I'm like, moved on. But.
right. But I think we were talking and like you got the styes this time because you had to like it was like you weren't allowing yourself to step back from social media and constantly being on screen, and it was like, okay, this is your way, like you have to focus on the book now. You have to focus
Yeah.
on writing and doing other mediums besides just videos, because there's like
Right.
another way to tap into things. And it was like, I think it's every time you're bringing in something new,
Hmm.
that's what happens, but it just happens to be in March. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly why that.
Yeah. I don't know. I was joking with a girlfriend of mine and I was like, March is my ugliest month. I'm like always so hideous in March. Like,
Why?
like forget it being like a poor, like the way you put it is way better. Like energetic portal, big transition month. And I'm like, it's my ugliest month. I always have like a sty or I'm pale. I'm like, I hate March. It's so ugly. It's such an ugly month.
Uh,
But like, I mean, it's like it is such a transitional month if you think about it, because you're kind of like coming off of the winter, you're moving into
yeah.
spring, which is like a new season, and it's like this kind of like quiet before the blooming. Like it really is that period, and so
Such an
like
in between. Yeah.
it's such an in between. And so
Yeah.
like it's just, and everything with me right now, like, figuring out what I'm doing is about the liminal space of that in between space of like, you
Right.
know, one and the other, and in between the realms is what we do, what we are, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, so it all comes together eventually. And if you're feeling stuck
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you need to clear stuff out, come to us. And we always say, like, Beth's the doctor and I'm the surgeon, and you go
Right.
to her for a diagnosis of what needs to be removed, and then we'll take care of it and help you out.
Yeah. And if you're frustrated, like Aria, you can come see us. Like, whatever's going on, like, first of all, it's normal, but we're here to help you get through it. Like, we do it for ourselves, we experience it. So, that is what I love, going to someone who like knows exactly what I'm like going through. So, we do.
Hmm.
We're here for you. And, you know, really don't feel bad about getting help or support in this area, because it's really, really hard to do on your own.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for tuning in this week. We are back. So catch us on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.